And welcome to our midweek show of Upon Further Review. I'm Josh Aubrey. Plenty to get to, including some Monday night football action from Memorial Stadium. Southeast Bulloch taking on Windsor Forest. We'll have highlights of that. We'll also preview their upcoming matchup on Saturday against Jenkins High School. We also have the Georgia Southern Eagles getting ready for homecoming as they'll be hosting South Alabama. 3:30 kickoff at Paulson Stadium, coming off that big victory 28-21 this past weekend against Arkansas State. Statesboro High back in action this weekend, or Friday night at Womack Field. They'll be hosting Wayne County. You also have a battle of unbeatens as number 1 and number 2 in the GISA square off. Bulloch Academy on the road at John Millage. We'll hear from Coach Collins and some of the players in just a moment. Before we go to break, we'd like to hope you'll all be safe out there, but if you happen to be in an injury or have an accident, we'd like to encourage you to contact the Sullivan Law Firm at thesullivanlawfirm.com or give them a call, 912-489-8888.
The Medical Center Pharmacy on Grenade Street is proud to be your Health Mart pharmacy in Statesboro. The Medical Center Pharmacy, locally owned and serving this community for 50 years, is open 364 days a year. The pharmacists at Medical Center know there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. That's why they take the time to know their customers, explain their medications, and answer any questions. The Medical Center Pharmacy, your Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
No credit refused isn't just an offer, it's a way of business and has been for over 100 years. No banks, no ridiculous credit requirements, just local Badcock store owners who treat you right and give you credit when others won't. It's never been easier to express your style and love your home.
It's now time for our Southeast Bulloch segment, brought to you by Martin Turf Farm. Well, the Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets with a rare Monday night football game on the road in Savannah, finishing up their game with Windsor Forest, in which they trailed 3-0 late in the first quarter. Let's get out and see some highlights and then hear from head coach Barrett Davis.
3-0 Windsor with 45 seconds left in the first quarter. The drive stalls and Edhar Vega hits the field goal to make it 6-0 Windsor. The Yellow Jacket defense playing tough. Toby Williams and Clayton Jordan with the stop. Later, it's Elliot Perkins coming up with the hit. And then it's Logan Gomez's turn. Here, the hit for no gain. The Knights getting the benefit of a few calls on the evening, including this one here, as the pass from Eric Phoenix to Demasio Harris hits the ground, and yet it's ruled a reception, and that will be a big play because it leads to another Vega field goal to make it 9-0. The Yellow Jackets respond though. Blaze Minnick, the strike to John Trail Wells, and he's off to the races. 55 yards for the score. The extra point no good, and it's 9-6 in the fourth. Jamari Daniels will pick up a first down. A little bit later, it's Daniels once again. The Jackets sticking to the ground. This drive would stall, but Jonah Jones calmly delivers on the field goal here to tie the game at 9-all in the fourth. The Knights with a chance to go ahead with less than 30 seconds to go, but the 35-yard Vega field goal falls short. The Jackets then try a long halfback pass, but this one would actually be intercepted. The Knights get within field goal range again, but the 42-yarder by Vega would prove to be short. And we end up going to overtime. In overtime, the Jackets keep the ball on the ground. Daniels able to get a first down on a 4th down call. Then on 4th and goal from the 1, the give to Jontrell Wells, and Wells breaks the plane for the touchdown. The Jackets take a 16-9 lead. The Knights later on 4th and 5, trying to pass, but this one falls incomplete, and the Yellow Jackets escape with a thrilling 16-9 victory to move to 5-0 on the season. This portion of the Southeast Bulloch Football Coaches Show is brought to you by Clayton Digital Reprographics.
Our kids came out and competed, and we told them that we felt we were the more disciplined team, and if they could just take care of the small things, take care of the small details those last 3 quarters, we felt we would be in a good position to win the football game. Jonah Jones made the kick of his life tonight to tie it up at 9 to send us to overtime, and we got there and we felt that we had more willpower, and we felt that we wanted to win the game more, and momentum kind of shifted that 4th quarter. And hats off to our offense for getting enough to win, and hats off to our defense for keeping them out of the end zone and keeping them to 3 field goals.
The defense played tough throughout the game, and you were able to hold them to field goals, and that was proved to be pretty huge.
Yeah, we had a few costly penalties right there in the 2nd and 3rd quarter, but we were able to dig ourselves out of that hole. And we put a quote up today just talking about champions are built for adversity. They know how to handle situations, tough situations, like playing 3 games in 8 days, and also being able to dig themselves out of holes. And we've gotten a couple holes here throughout the game, but we dug our way out. So I'm just proud of our guys.
3 games in 8 days. How prepared are you and the players for this?
Well, we got 1 down, so we're going to kind of rest up. The good thing is we got 5 days before we play again, so we'll take care of them, get our feet back under us, get a couple days of practice and preparation, and get ready to go. So we're trying to get to tomorrow, then get to Wednesday, and work up to Saturday. So we'll get there.
And it all builds to a tough team in Jenkins. You guys have had battles with them in the past.
Jenkins is a great football team, got a lot of speed, a lot of athleticism, so we're going to have to be able to counter that, tackle an open field, and just be able to show up at 1 o'clock, play an afternoon game. It's going to be pretty hot, but just be able to show up and try and get a win on Saturday.
First half we came out a little shell-shocked a little bit. In the second half we just turned it on and got the W. Came back and won. Never quit, never give up. Just keep grinding. Get the W.
When you saw that the game was going into overtime, how confident were you about it?
We were confident, but we were humble. We did not take anything for granted. We were lucky to get in overtime with these cats.
You guys have 3 games in 8 days. Have you prepared yourself for that?
Yes, sir. Like I said, we got the best coaching staff in Bulloch County. We're prepared for this whole week.
We put ourselves in good predicaments, and we got down here, and we just finished out the game.
When you knew it was going into overtime, how confident were you that you guys could pull it out?
I was very confident. I believe in every single one of my teammates. I believe we all can get the job done. We need to get it done, and we did. We stepped up tonight.
You've got 3 games in 8 days. How prepared are you for that?
We prepared right now, but if we're not prepared all the way, we will get prepared.
A sports injury can stop you in your tracks. At Optum Orthopedics, our specialized physicians and staff use advanced orthopedic procedures with one specific goal in mind: to get you back to you. If you have a sports injury, request an evaluation. Experience the Optum difference.
The Statesboro High School Coaches Show is brought to you by Synovus. Join me now, the head coach of the Statesboro Blue Devils, Jeff Kaiser, and coach coming off a tough loss here at home against Burke County on homecoming. I guess the bright spot to come out of that one was the offense did seem to move the ball. You had 2 rushers, 2 running backs that carried the ball for over 150 yards, and that should serve you well. Unfortunately, the defense struggled a bit against Burke.
Yeah, we had 23 formation adjustment busts on defense where we didn't get lined up properly. A lot of that has to do with Burke County and the number of different formations they run, and us trying to get in the best position possibly to stop them. And we made too many mental mistakes, that and missed tackles, and just wasn't a good night for us defensively. Offensively, we were pleased. We got a little bit better.
What is the what did you talk to the players about after that game, and what have you been trying to do this week to kind of keep them up, because you got a couple of tough ones ahead?
Yeah, well, it doesn't get any easier. We still keep plugging along. We got to get our kids to believe themselves a little bit more. I guess it's the residual effect, the hangover of several previous years, just not expecting to win. We go out there and we play hard and we make some things happen, but when it gets tight, we don't believe in ourselves very much. So we got to build some confidence and continue to work to get better.
Well, the good thing is you haven't played a region game, and your goals of playing that 11th game still lie ahead of you. You've got a tough team, though, to start things off. You have Wayne County coming in. They're undefeated, 6-0 on the season.
Yeah, very, very good team. Total package, very good offensively. Multiple weapons offensively. Got a real good receiver, real good running back, quarterback who did not play last week but should be back this week, playmaker, and defensively as good as defense as you'll see in high school football. They're very, very strong up front, big and fast, very well coached team.
So what do you think you have to do in order to pull off the upset here at home Friday night? What has to happen?
We got to continue to do what we've been trying to do. That's control the football offensively and protect it, not turn it over, and then get back in the groove of playing some good defense like we had the first 5 games of the year.
All right, Statesboro High hosting Wayne County coming up Friday night at 7:30. The Statesboro High Coaches Show has been brought to you by Synovus.
This is a Clydesdale. Despite what you see in the commercials, he doesn't play football. He won't bring me a cold one, as much as I wish he would. He does not fall easily in love with his kitty cat pals, of which he has none. He's just really good at being a horse on this ranch. I run with help from my banker at Synovus, the bank of here.
Really, Bruce? Friday night lights to early morning deer stands, Anderson's General Store in Statesboro is your tailgating and hunting headquarters. Boots from Ariat, Georgia Boot, Irish Setter, Wolverine, and more. We have a pair for you. Check out our Costa and Ray-Ban sunglasses. And apparel from Columbia, Carhartt, and Drake. Dove, ducks, deer, we have all your hunting needs. And tailgate with a Big Green Egg or Traeger grill. Pack in the flavor with delicious sauces and rubs. Haul it all home with a utility trailer. Anderson's General Store, a general store, and so much more.
The Bulloch Academy segment is brought to you by R.J. Pope's Men's and Ladies Apparel and Anderson's General Store. And join me now, the head coach of the Bulloch Academy Gators, Pat Collins. And Coach, you're coming off a bye week. You've had a chance to get your guys healed up. It's the second bye week you've actually had this year. You're undefeated, and this week, I know it's just another game, but it's the 2 top teams in all of GISA meeting. Both teams are undefeated, John Millage and Bulloch Academy.
Well, Josh, first of all, to your point, we are glad to have the open week because we had some injuries and we needed to get healed, and that came at the right time. Maybe the scheduling gods have blessed us in that, so to speak, so that we can, get some guys back that were nicked up a little bit, and that's very, very important. We go into John Millage. John Millage is a perennial power. They've won state championships recently. They do a good job up there. They're a very solid team. We're going to have to go play well to have an opportunity to win the football game, and we've been preparing to that end. Our coaches have worked hard to prepare our guys. Last week we started on John Millage. We didn't want to beat it to death, so to speak, but we've been working on John Millage to get ready for them.
Well, they've had a bye week also, so they've had an extra week. Nobody really has an advantage there. Where do you see this game coming down to as far as the X's and O's? What kind of game do you expect out of them? What kind of team are they familiar or do they remind you of?
You really can't compare them to anyone. Defensively, they run an 8-man front, which is similar to Pinewood and Westfield from a scheme standpoint. Offensively they're very balanced. They run a pro eye, which is something you don't see an awful lot of anymore. But then they'll go into 4 wides and shotgun sets and throw the football well too. So, you asked me what I thought the game's going to come down to. It's going to come down when you have 2 very evenly matched teams. It's going to come down to who plays the best, who protects the ball, and I have to think that somewhere in there the kicking game is going to be a factor in this game, because field position and turnovers, I think those will be the deciding factors in the football game. And we've got to go play. It's I guess the analogy I can give is like an SEC East school going to play an SEC West school while we're in the same pairing of regions, which is how the GISA has done this year. This is not a region game, but it is like a Southeastern Conference game would be, I guess. So the most important thing is the next game. You want to win the next game and get some momentum going into your region schedule.
All right, the game there in Milledgeville taking place 7:30 Friday night. Stay with us. Coming up next, we'll hear from some Gator players. We are feeling fall at R.J. Pope's Men's and Ladies Apparel. With the largest selection of Georgia Southern and University of Georgia game day apparel, we make sure you're dressed to win at tailgating. When you're not cheering on your favorite team, we have your style covered. From blazers to AFCO shorts to dresses and heels, R.J. Pope is your one-stop shop. Newsflash, stay tuned for the new, improved, and expanded R.J. Pope's Men's and Ladies this fall. Shop local, shop R.J. Pope. Online and in-store at our 3 locations. Join me now from the Bulloch Academy Gators. We have Matt Childers, who's been playing wide receiver, and Ford Wilds, who's been playing wide receiver and some defensive back. Ford, for you, you were able to get into some games last year as a freshman. This year, do you feel a little bit more confident? How's the game been going for you?
Yes, sir. The game has sped up a lot more, and I just feel like I'm more matured, that I've gotten more experience in the games, and I just feel more ready to play than I was as a freshman, and I came back more mature and just overall ready to play.
All right. Well, Matt, for you, football is a little bit new, but you seem to be doing pretty good. What's it been like for you to start playing football for the first time this late?
It's been pretty good, and I figured I should have played before as I got better.
The offense, you guys have been able to incorporate the pass in a little bit this year. Don's been getting a little bit better back there. You have been the recipient of some big plays there over the past few weeks. What's it like being a part of the offense, getting involved, and getting a lot of passes thrown your way?
It's been pretty good, as we've been passing more and allowing the team to allow offense to spread more.
All right. For you, Ford, what do you think about the offense? You guys have been pretty multi-dimensional. You've had a lot of running backs going over 150 yards, Jake and Ty, and then throwing the ball, you got Don there for you.
Well, Don brings a special field of game. He brings a special game to us, which is throwing the ball, so that gives us a lot of more opportunities to score. And I know our running game's good, but we have a good quarterback who will be able to throw the ball to us and give us some touchdowns and give us some glory.
All right, well, you guys have a big game coming up. You got undefeated Bulloch Academy, undefeated John Millage. You guys were able to knock off Westfield earlier on the road. Does that give you some confidence when you go into a game like this?
Yes, sir. That teaches us to play more harder and play our best and play as one.
You guys haven't had a lot of games on the road, so this is, something that I know that really the Westfield game is the only road game you've had. How does that help you going into this?
It really helps us playing at home and playing in front of our fans, but we need all the support we can get, because we've only played one road game, so it'll be a big test for us, and I hope we can see what we can do.
Well, hopefully the Gator fans will get out there, go out to Milledgeville. It's not too far of a trip. Bulloch Academy at John Millage, 7:30 on Friday night. Come visit us locally here in Statesboro at Piedmont Loop beside Walmart.
What does it mean to have financial freedom?
At Queensboro Wealth Management, we're helping people figure that out.
and giving them a plan to get there.
If you have a desire to take control of your finances and live with financial purpose,
We will use every bit of our knowledge to help you. And there's no cost to get started.
Download a free kit from our website, then give any of us a call. QWM is Queensboro Wealth Management. Let's begin today.
Well, the Georgia Southern Eagles with the big homecoming matchup coming up Saturday, trying to build on their victory over Arkansas State this past Saturday. The Eagles ready for the 3:30 homecoming kickoff at Paulson Stadium. We got a chance to talk with head coach Chad Lunsford and some of the players about the matchup.
We knew it was going to be a tough game, so we was preparing for that, you know what I'm saying, the whole bye week going into practice, and it came down to the final possession. Well, I feel like we still need to have that chip on our shoulder. I know me personally, you know what I'm saying, I still got it on mine. You know, I never really felt like I had anything to prove to no one, you know what I'm saying, but just going out there and competing, you know what I'm saying, winning, you know what I'm saying, it feels good, and we want to continue that, you know what I'm saying, we don't want to get complacent, you know what I'm saying, yeah, we started off hot, you know what I'm saying, we got to continue that.
What do you expect out of South Alabama?
They're looking for revenge. Last year, you know what I'm saying, that was one of our first wins, 52-0, so it was kind of, you know what I'm saying, it was kind of embarrassing for them. So they gonna come in here, you know what I'm saying, with a chip on their shoulder, and we're gonna get their best game as we should, you know what I'm saying, and we're gonna be ready. We're gonna prepare this week, and you know what I'm saying, we're gonna put on the show Saturday.
We know we got a big win. We know they was picked to win their side of the conference. This win right here will be a big win for us as well, and I think we got to do a good job of preaching to our guys that every win is a big win for us, especially a conference win. My focus right now is on South Alabama. I feel like they have a very good offense, and especially the film I watched when they played Memphis, I think they played very well against Memphis. They had good, exceptional receivers. I think Wade is a very good receiver. Jordan is a very good receiver. I think we'll have our hands full this week with a good set of receiver this week as well.
Just very excited about where we're at right now. Obviously off to a good start with the 3-1, and getting that first conference win was really big for our football team. It was a game that we challenged our team with to make a statement, and you know, we knew we had to go into that game being blue collar. We had to be disciplined, and we had to be tough. It was a hard-fought game that went toe-to-toe. Arkansas State is a really good football team, and after watching the film and really looking at it again, no doubt in my mind that Arkansas State is really good. And so very proud of our guys, very proud of our coaches, proud of our staff for putting together a nice game plan and really coming to play hard and finishing it off. So excited about that, looking forward to moving on to the next conference game. Right now there's a lot of excitement, there's a lot of energy, a lot of people patting us on the back, and I told them, you know, you enjoy it, you deserve that, but as soon as that's over, I mean, we got to put it away and we got to move on. Each and every week, we can't take anything for granted. We got to make sure that we have an edge, a chip on our shoulder, whatever you call it. And you know, I don't think winning 3 football games is what this team wants. I think this team wants to do more than that, and I don't think it's going to be hard to reel them in and go, hey, you know, we got to get ready every week. They've been very good about locking in each week on their opponent, locking in on what they have to do each day, and I don't expect anything different out of our guys.
What kind of game do you expect out of South Alabama?
I expect their best game. You know, I know they have a coaching change, and new head coach is a really good coach. He's everywhere he's been, he's won. And I have a lot of respect for Coach Campbell and what he does. And there's no reason that I would think that they would not be ready and then they would not come in and play their best game.
Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, providing primary care for Statesboro area patients since 1998, providing complete physicals, complete sports physicals, Medicare wellness exams, full diabetes treatment, and education from lifestyle changes to oral medications to insulin pump therapy. In-house dermatology, in-house circulation tests and ultrasounds, in-house lab. And introducing our new nurse practitioner, Melissa Beasley, as we now accommodate same-day or next-day appointments to serve your needs.
Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, where we care.
50 years. That's a lot of memories. And at Lee Hill and Johnston Insurers, we've been Statesboro's insurance people since 1963. Recognized as one of the leading agencies in Georgia, Lee Hill and Johnston is independent and offers a complete line of personal and business insurance for auto, life, home, and health. We'll shop companies to find the lowest premiums and best coverage for you, your family, or your business. Lee Hill and Johnston Insurers, the insurance people since 1963.
It's that time once again for Jen's Pick 6, brought to you by
Lee Hill and Johnson.
Let's get right to it. The Georgia Southern Eagles coming off a big win against Arkansas State. They've got South Alabama. They're 14-point favorites. Who you like?
You know, if it's at Possum Stadium this week, guys, Georgia Southern all the way, you got it.
All right, going with you, Georgia Southern. You got the Georgia Bulldogs. Last week they did not cover against Tennessee. This week they got Vandy, 28 points.
That is 28 points, and I know that I have a feeling that Georgia Bulldogs will win it all.
Taking Vandy to cover the points. Louisville is getting 4 points at home against Georgia Tech. Seems a little weird.
It does seem weird, but however, for some reason this week, I decided to go Paul Johnson team this week. So Georgia Tech, you got it.
I'm taking Louisville with the points at home. I've not been so lucky with Georgia Tech, but you picked against them every week. Florida is getting 3 at home against LSU. What do you think about this one?
Okay, well, that's for 3 points, correct?
Yep, they're getting 3.
Okay, getting 3. Florida, you're all the way.
I've got LSU. I think they're going to do it this time. Virginia Tech is getting 6 points at home against Notre Dame.
Okay, I see no Notre Dame business, even though I did my research, even though Notre Dame cannot win, I believe Virginia Tech.
I've been picking against Notre Dame, and they seem to cover every week, so I'm taking them this week. Texas A&M giving 6 points to Kentucky. Last week you believed in Kentucky, and you were right. This week I'm not believing in Kentucky.
Not this week, Josh. You know, Texas A&M has got me all the way. Texas A&M, I'm sorry, Kentucky. Right. Sorry, but guys.
I'm with you. I think Texas A&M finds a way to do it there at home. All right, that'll wrap it up for this week. For Jennifer Hirsch, I'm Josh Aubrey. Thanks for joining us. Once again, who's it by?
Lee Hill Johnson and Kinley.
We'll see you next week.